Do Americans love cats as much as the Japanese do? It might be hard to find such adoration. In Japan, many stores feature a beckoning cat statue, known as Maneki Neko, to welcome guests. There are also exclusive apartment complexes for cat owners, and some shrines even regard cats as deities. Cats are a common protagonist in Japanese novels, movies, and animations, and cat characters like Hello Kitty and Doraemon have achieved worldwide fame. The term Nekonomics exists in Japan, combining Neko, which means cat in Japanese, and economics. It refers to the economic impact generated by the cat-loving culture. According to a Yomiuri Shimbun report from last year, the scale of this impact is huge. However, cats haven't always been popular in Japan. A 1983 survey revealed that 59% of the Japanese population didn't favor cats. As in many countries, dogs were the preferred pet in Japan. This trend changed according to a 2017 survey, which showed that among the 50,000 respondents, 9.53 million owned cats, compared to 8.92 million dog owners. So what brought about this change? This seemingly trivial shift in pet preference might hint at broader societal changes. Cats have roamed the earth for about 7 million years, but they were domesticated only around 10,000 years ago, thanks to the Egyptians. As Egyptians began to farm along the Nile, they had to deal with rats feasting on their crops. This led to domesticating cats to counter the rat menace. In Egypt, cats were highly revered, so much so that exporting them was strictly forbidden. However, Phoenician traders managed to smuggle them out. Given that rats were a universal problem, cats spread throughout regions like Greece and Rome. By the 2nd century BC, they reached China, and by the 6th century AD, they were introduced to Japan alongside Buddhism. Typically, cats aren't as devoted to humans as dogs and can seem aloof. This is believed to be because cats have a shorter history of domestication, retaining more of their wild instincts. Historically, in most places, dogs have been more popular than cats. Industry estimates indicate that globally, 48% prefer dogs while 38% prefer cats. Japan was no exception. In the late 1990s, when pet ownership was becoming a trend, dogs dominated. But in 2007, international headlines covered the story of Tama, a cat appointed as the station master of a small rural train station facing shutdown. This story was a significant factor in a nationwide surge in cat ownership. Tama, beloved for 8 years, passed away in 2015 from acute kidney failure, drawing over 3,000 mourners. While Tama played a role, it was clear that Japanese society's preference was already shifting from dogs to cats. First and foremost, aging is undeniably a significant factor. As of 2022 in Japan, seniors aged 75 and above make up a whopping 15% of the population, amounting to 20 million people. Those over 80 years old account for another 10%, which is 12 million people. If you have a dog, you need to take it for daily walks. For older people, this can become increasingly physically taxing. On the other hand, cats aren't really fans of walks. They're smaller than dogs, making them easier to care for. As the elderly population grows, cats becoming the pet of choice isn't just a trend in Japan, but globally. But with Japan's rapid aging, the rise in cat ownership has been especially noticeable. The surge in cat ownership also corresponds with the rise of single-person households. In Japan, single-person households rose from 32% in 2010 to 38% in 2020 and continue to grow. If you're living alone, juggling work and pet care, cats are generally easier to manage. They instinctively know where to do their business and won't turn your home upside down. Moreover, cats are generally less prone to separation anxiety than dogs, so you can head to work and trust they'll be okay on their own. Some young men even say that having a cat makes them more appealing to women. Changes in housing play a role too. Unlike the past, when most Japanese people lived in individual homes, there's a shift towards apartments and condos. While dogs were popular as guards in standalone houses, there's no need for that in apartments. Given the Japanese preference for avoiding disturbance to others, a quieter cat is often seen as a better fit for these living arrangements. Economic experts in Japan link the cat boom to economic downturns. When times are good, people might opt for spacious homes with yards for dogs. In tougher times, with everyone working, a low-maintenance cat becomes a practical choice. The trend can be traced back to the oil shocks and the economic stagnation that began in the 1990s made cats increasingly popular. Cost is another consideration. While prices vary by breed, cats typically have a lower adoption fee and cheaper maintenance costs than dogs. Dogs require multiple mandatory vaccines, like rabies, and often need pet insurance, while cats require fewer trips to the vet. According to the Japanese pet industry, owning a cat is about 40% cheaper than owning a dog. For Japanese workers, many of whom haven't seen a real wage increase in decades, switching to cats is a pragmatic choice. This has led some to speculate that dogs might become a symbol of affluence in Japan. Some even argue that cats simply fit better with the Japanese temperament, although this is mostly a claim from the Japanese side. According to the Sankei newspaper, the Japanese who value independence find the independent nature of cats more appealing than the loyalty of dogs. Cats' aloof nature might be a better fit for the Japanese, who prefer to keep a certain distance, even from close friends. In contrast, the social nature of dogs, needing walks and interaction with other dogs, might not mesh well with the more introverted and reserved Japanese personality. In the US, households with dogs have traditionally outnumbered those with cats. However, recent trends suggest that the popularity of cats is on the rise. On platforms like Instagram, cat-related posts are now rivaling, if not surpassing, those dedicated to dogs. Much like Japan, with our rapidly aging population and the continuous rise of single-person households, it seems only a matter of time before cats overtake dogs. In the European Union, which is facing both an aging population and a decrease in total population, households with cats now nearly equal those with dogs. Remember, this is in Europe, where centuries ago, hundreds of thousands of cats were burned at the stake, accused of being witches' companions. Notably in France, historically a dog-loving nation, there are now approximately 14 million pet cats, almost double the number of dogs. People who own cats are often humorously referred to as cat butlers. The joke is that rather than being the master, a cat owner often serves their feline companion like a dutiful servant. Yet, the increasing number of people proudly adopting this title shows the undeniable charm of cats. The Japanese novelist Jiro Osaragi once said, "Cats live in solitude and fiercely protect their independence. Anyone who can appreciate this silent beauty can't help but fall in love with cats." Perhaps whether it's in Japan, the US, or the world at large, human lives are becoming more and more like those of cats. We value our independence and personal space over companionship. This growing loneliness among humans might just be underscored by the booming popularity of cats.